My name is D.M. Fitzgerald. I'm the creator of the Mper Adventure. Please like and subscribe. That determines if we make more of them. Now, here is the show. When last we left our intrepid adventurers, Seraph had attracted a follower named Lissa. Keberdine realizes that he may have to do something horrible to Akai in the future, and Paladin Henry has joined the party. In the Fortress of Lament, Henry tells Marcus and the rest of the party that he's met a woman named Van Cherie. She seems to be a friend of Marcus's. Marcus wonders how Van Cherie got here so soon. He knows her being here is a bad portent. Madrigar, Keberdine, and Scala scry for Van Cherie, and they find her. They find that she is indeed in the nearby forest with a sizable army of Sheesh ready to attack. Madrigar has the bells of the fortress rung, calling the people of both villages to shelter in the fortress. Lookouts warn of a horde of creatures racing to cut the villagers off. The party head out to buy some time for the villagers. Sheesh are traditionally afraid of magic, and the display that Scala, Keberdine, and Australia give holds them at bay while the villagers enter. The party is one of the last groups in before the gates are closed. By midnight, under the green moon, the fortress is under siege. The attacking force extends in a ring around it, broken only by the side of the fortress that backs onto Dragon Turtle Bay. Madrigar mentions that the Northern Deseradan army is now exactly where they want them, trapped. Australia looks at him quizzically, saying that the army has them besieged, not them besieging the army. Keberdine nods, saying that he understands what Madrigar means. The sieging army is like a monkey with its arm in a jar full of grapes. It cannot withdraw its hand because it grasps too many grapes and is unwilling to let any of them go. Likewise, the Northern Deseradan army has overextended itself. It cannot get into the fortress, but it cannot retreat either. It must keep the siege going now, pinning itself in place. Scala asks about the boat. Madrigar assures them that Dragon Turtle Bay is too wide for the besiegers to close off. There is a special gate leading to the pier where the boat is docked. Madrigar says that Sheesh have no love for the light of day, so the party will leave at noon the following day when the tide is at its best. He suggests until then they get some rest. The party go their separate ways in the fortress. Paladin Marcus and Australia go to the small chapel of Chaldasea to pray. Scala goes over her spells with Keberdine to coordinate their magical attacks for tomorrow. Akai prays to the goddess Marcia of the Inland Sea to watch over them as they cross tomorrow. Paladin Henry watches the army of Sheesh below the fortress as they start to construct siege engines. Later at night, all of the party goes to sleep. Australia wonders if her father, the warlord known as the Red, will come to save them. Seraph lays in the arms of Lissa, and they talk most of the night and make plans. Akai sleeps, dreaming of another siege that took place hundreds of years ago when she was taken by her father and made the weapon. She tries to summon powers to become the weapon, but she cannot find it in herself. Marcus dreams of his family, his wife Tanis, Australia's older sister. In the morning, the party are woken up as the entire fortress shakes. Making their way to the top battlements, they find Madrigar in an almost giddy mood. Down below, several of the siege engines lie broken and burning in the sand. Madrigar tells the characters that Lament Fortress has a sting. There's a rumbling, and an explosion erupts from one of the upper galleries. A large stone goes hurtling towards the army of Northern Desirata. Madrigar informs them that he recently purchased two things called cannons, and they should help keep the sheesh at a respectful distance. He then offers them breakfast. Henry mentions the thick smell of cinnamon in the air. Madrigar says that the cannons used it as an explosive charge. It's a mineral called hassa, mined in the northern desert. Just as they're finishing breakfast, everything goes silent. They cannot even hear the cannons as they fire. The characters cannot even hear themselves talking. Australia points over to the battlements, and they all go and see what's coming out of the woods. A rider, clothed in a sickly white light. She rides onto the battlefield. Marcus thinks it's Van Cherie, but then he sees that the woman is a Mantuthian, but she has milk-white hair and red eyes. She pulls her horse to a stop and surveys the battlefield. A cannonball streaks towards her. She reaches up as if to catch it, and the ball flies backwards into the cannon, destroying both of them. She whispers, and her voice is the only thing that can be heard. She says that her name is Tanda Avan, Sword of the North, handmaiden to who was formerly called Distaria, she who has ascended to her place as a true god and is now the voice from the east. When she says the name, the entire fortress shakes. Low-level galleries crash down, killing the defenders in them. Marcus feels her look at him, and she gives him a smile. He pulls his sword and looks for the nearest stairs down to go do battle with her. Henry grabs the paladin and pushes him along to where Madrigar is. He holds open a door that goes towards the pier. As they get to the bottom, sound returns, and they find that they can speak. Kepperdane asks if Madrigar knows the woman. He nods and says that she is an unhomed Mantuthian warrior, cast out of her house for trying to kill her hearth mother. He says he is worried. The power she has just demonstrated is above and beyond the power that Tanda Avan he knew had. When they get to the bottom, the boat is ready and they cast off. There's a sound of rumbling coming from the fortress. Madrigar says quick goodbyes and heads up the stairs. Several of the crew members are on the oars while the others get the sails sorted out and try to catch some wind. Marcus spots a large bolt thrower on a tiny spit of land at the edge of Dragon Turtle Bay. It looks like Van Cherie has tried to set a trap for any ship leaving. Australia says they need to get further away from the shore. A bolt flies towards them. Kepperdane tosses a bolt of lightning to intercept it and brings it down short of the target. He reminds the party that he doesn't have too many of that type of spell. Suddenly, the wind picks up and fills the ship's sails, and they run into the middle of the bay, away from the bolt thrower and towards Sylvia's Rest. Next time, Akai finds out something new about herself, and the journey is halted for a little bit. Please like and subscribe. It's why we make more episodes.